Good morning, everyone. Running a little late. Amazon. Flash briefing.
Jamie, getting your flash briefing. In NPR News. Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Corva Coleman. Aides to President Biden say he'll give a major speech near the Capitol tonight about democracy. His aides say he'll remind Americans that after elections it may take a few days to count all the votes. Biden is also to discuss threats to democracy. The man accused of attacking the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi with a hammer has pleaded not guilty to several charges in San Francisco. Court documents say David DePape told police at the scene he was on a suicide mission. Prosecutors allege this was a targeted attack. DePape's public defender, Adam Lipson, says he will investigate his client's mental health.
We're going to be doing a comprehensive investigation of what happened. We're going to be looking into Mr. DePape, his mental state.
Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, is still recovering from his injuries. North Korea has fired at least 23 missiles and over 100 artillery shells in an apparent protest against U.S. and South Korean military drills. NPR's Anthony Kuhn reports from Seoul. North Korea has conducted missile tests at an unprecedented rate this year.
The short-range ballistic missile launches continued on and off throughout the day, with the projectiles launched from both coasts. The artillery shells landed in a buffer zone established to ease military tensions. One of the missiles crossed the de facto maritime border between the two Koreas off their east coast, the first time that's happened since the end of the Korean War in 1953. The missile flew at South Korea's Ulang Island, triggering air raid sirens, but later fell in the sea. South Korea's military called it intolerable and responded by firing 3 air-to-ground missiles over the maritime border into the sea. Anthony Kuhn, NPR News, Seoul.
Turkey says Russia will resume participating in a grain shipment agreement that allows stalled Ukrainian grain shipments to be moved out of Black Sea ports. Russia had paused its participation after some of its naval ships were attacked. Stocks opened lower this morning amid fresh signs the U.S. job market remains unusually tight. NPR's Scott Horsley reports the Dow Jones Industrial Average slipped about 120 points in early trading.
A report from the Labor Department shows a big increase in job openings in September, reversing much of the drop from the previous month. What's more, payroll processing company ADP says hiring in October was stronger than expected. None of that is likely to reassure the Federal Reserve. The central bank's been hoping to see some increased slack in the job market, which could help to cool off inflation. The Fed is widely expected to order another supersized jump in interest rates today in an effort to tamp down demand and bring prices under control. Markets will be watching for any sign that future rate hikes may be less aggressive as the central bank tries to assess the effects of higher borrowing costs on the broader U.S. economy. Scott Horsley, NPR News, Washington.
You're listening to NPR News. The transition of power is underway in Brazil. President Jair Bolsonaro finally broke his silence over his defeat in last Sunday's runoff election. As NPR's Carrie Kahn reports, federal police are slowly clearing hundreds of demonstrators who blocked Brazilian highways around the country.
President Bolsonaro didn't say much and didn't really concede the election, but did say he abides by the Constitution. Since Sunday's election, hundreds of truckers and other demonstrators have been blocking major highways. At this demonstration outside Rio de Janeiro, several dozen demonstrators waving Brazilian flags screamed for the military to intervene and keep Bolsonaro in power.
Diferente dos Estados Unidos, entendeu? Ele não tomou nenhum tipo de atitude, nem a população.
48-year-old Carlos Alberto Neves says the election was stolen like in the U.S., but unlike there, Brazilians here will take action. In a speech, Bolsonaro urged protesters to act peacefully. Carrie Kahn, NPR News, Rio de Janeiro.
The new owner of Twitter, Elon Musk, says people who were forced off the social media platform will not be allowed back right away. In a tweet, Musk says anyone removed for violating Twitter rules cannot return until there is a, quote, clear process in place for doing so. He says that will take a few weeks. Musk's tweet suggests that former President Donald Trump would not return to Twitter immediately if he wished to do so or was permitted to do so.
It wasn't a kitchen sink, but it was a
The next Powerball lottery drawing is tonight. Officials say the jackpot is worth $1.2 billion. I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News in Washington.
In the early 70s, Ernest Jackson wrote a song that just happens to describe the state of...
Skip.
In weather. In Seattle, it's 42 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Today, you can look for intermittent clouds with a high of 48 degrees and a low of 40 degrees. That's all for your flash briefing.
Oh, no NASA today. They're tired of repeating the same information over and over. Alright, Amazon, give us a joke.
What do you get when you combine a baseball field with a golf course? A diamond in the rough.
Oh, really? Sounds like a rough golf course. I don't know, that could be fun, you know, they're out there playing baseball and you're chopping away, hitting golf balls at them. That might be a new sport. Could be fun. Well, not necessarily fun for the participants. Could you imagine going out there trying to get their golf ball and they get hit in the head with a baseball? That was terrible, Amazon. Terrible joke. Alright. Have a great day, everyone. Peace.